Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be discussing few questions on the topic bearing. And before we start solving questions, I would like to show you basic rules of solving any of the bearing questions. So the first rule is that if we need to calculate angle, so we need to start measuring it from the north, and then the second rule is that we have to start from the north in the clockwise movement. Like, we cannot calculate the angle like this. We need to calculate the angle in the clockwise movement only, as shown here. Like, if you want to calculate this 120 degrees, so it has started from the north and moved in the clockwise movement. And the third rule is that whatever we get the answer, we have to write it in 3-digit value. Suppose if you get even 34, so we'll write 034 degrees. So these are some basic rules which we need to follow. So let's start solving questions. So our first question over here is: a helicopter flies from its base B to deliver supplies to two oil rigs at C and D. C is 6 km due east of B, and the distance from C to D is 8 km. D is on a bearing of 120 degrees from B. So this is the diagram, and here it's asked that find the bearing of D from C. So here we need to find this angle. As it says bearing of D from C. So here we will be starting from the north, moving to the clockwise movement. So we need to calculate this angle, but for that we need to find the value of this angle BCD, this angle. So for finding this we need to use sine rule. As we can see, it is not a right angle triangle. So let us write the formula first. It is A upon sine A is equals to B on sine B is equals to C upon sine C. Now here the small alphabet represents the side, and the capital alphabet shows the size of the angle. So here the angle is the point is B, so the opposite side, it would be, let us take small b, and this would be small c, and this would be it is opposite to this, so BC is equals to small d. Now we'll substitute the values. So it would be 8 divided by sine 30 is equals to 6 divided by sine D. Now here we need to find first this angle, as we don't know the length of this BD. So if we find this angle, then it is also easy to find this angle, as this angle plus this angle and this angle sums up to 180 degrees. So first let us find this angle. So here we'll cross multiply it. So sine D into 8 is equals to sine 30 into 6. So if we put it on our calculator, it would be sine 30 0.5 into 6, which is 3. So, and then we get that sine t into 8 is equals to 3, and if we take this 8 over here, it would be 3 divided by 8. So sine D is equals to 3 divided by 8, which is equals to 0.375. Sine D is equals to 0.375, and in order to find D, it would be sine inverse of 0.375. so it would be sine inverse of answer is equals to 22.024, and we can take it as 22 if we round it up, so it is 22 degrees. So we know that this angle is 22 degrees, angle CDB, and this angle would be 30, as this is 90, and 120 minus 90 is equals to 30. So 30 plus 22 is equals to 52, and then 180 minus answer, it is 128. So now we know that this angle is equals to 128 degrees. So let us write it down over here, that angle BCD is equals to 128. Now we need to find this angle. So in order to find it, we need to calculate this, the value of this whole. So we can see that this is 90 degrees and this is 128, and we need to find this value, this angle's value. So if we add these three angles, it will sum up to 360 degrees. So we'll do it over here. 128 degrees plus 90, 128 plus 90 is equals to 218, and then we'll subtract it from 360 minus answer is equals to 142. So now we got this value, which is equals to 142. So this is our final answer for this question. Now let's move to our second question. So our second question over here is: a plane flies from Auckland to Gisborne on a bearing of 115 degrees. The plane then flies on to Wellington, which is represented by W, and angle AGW is equals to 63 degrees, which is given over here, written over here. So here it asks us that to calculate the bearing of Wellington from Gisborne. So that means we need to find the bearing of W from G. So starting from we need to calculate this angle starting from the north and moving into the clockwise movement till this line W. So we need to calculate this angle. Now we know that this angle 100 is equals to 115 degrees. So this angle would be, if we extend it, so this angle would be 115. This whole angle is 115. Now we don't need this much part of the angle. We just need this much of the angle and this part of the angle. So we know that this part is 180 degrees. Now we need to find this value. So it would be 115 minus 63. 15 minus 63, which is equals to 52. So this is equals to 52 degrees. And if we want to calculate its bearing of Wellington from Lisbon, it is equals to 180 degrees plus 52 degrees, which is equals to plus 180, 232 degrees. So this is our final answer for this part of the question. Now second part of this question says the distance from Wellington to Lisbon is 400 kilometers, which is written over here, and the distance from Auckland to Wellington is 410 kilometers, which is also written over here. Now we need to calculate the bearing of Wellington from Auckland. So we need to calculate the bearing of W from Auckland. So it would be W from A. So we need to find the value of we'll have to calculate the angle of this till here. So now for this we need to find the angle of this part, which is GAW. Need to find the angle of GAW. How much? Now here we will use the same rule of the sine rule. As we can see, this is not a right angle triangle, so we can write it as we know we have to find the angle. So we'll take first the angle sine A divided by A is equals to sine B divided B is equals to sine C is divided by C. C. This would be capital. So if we substitute it in this equation, in this formula, we can write it as sine. Let us take angle GAW as x. So sine x divided by 400 kilometers, which is opposite to it. So 400 is equals to sine 63 degrees divided by 410 kilometers. So now we will just cross multiply it. So it would be sine x multiplied by 40 is equals to sine 63 degrees into 400. So if we put it on our calculators, sine 63, which is equals to 0.891 into multiplied by 400, which is equals to 356.4. Sine x into 4, now 40, sorry, oh actually it is 400, I made a mistake. So it is 410. So 410. Now we'll divide it 356.4 divided by 410. Sorry, 410 divided by 410, which is equals to 0.869. Sine x degree is equals to this much, and we will find the sine inverse of it. So x is equals to sine inverse of 0.86927. So if we take inverse, the answer is equals to, we get 60.374. So if we round it up, it would be 60.4. Now we note that angle is equals to 105, like here. this angle is 105, and we have calculated this angle which is 60.4. Now we'll add 105 plus 60.4, which is equals to 175.4. So this is our final answer, and hope you like this video. And if it was really helpful for you, so do share with your friends and classmates, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. And if you want any other topic for solving questions, you can recommend me in the comment section below, and I'll try to make videos on other topics too. So stay tuned and see you soon. Bye.